Hello and welcome to the State of District 88. I'm Dr. Scott Helton, Superintendent of District 88, and I thank you for joining us today. This ongoing segment features the news and successes of District 88, which is comprised of Addison Trail and Willowbrook High Schools. We look forward to sharing with you the great accomplishments of your hometown high schools through this program. Today we're excited to highlight 3 upcoming events in which our District 88 Foundation will host or participate to raise funds to benefit our students at Addison Trail and Willowbrook. We will also discuss school safety and security initiatives and programs District 88 has implemented and how we are always evaluating best practices for the safety and well-being of our students, staff, and community members. With me now are DONNA KAIN, President of the Pi Foundation and the District 88 Board of Education, SHARON, Chairperson of the District 88 Foundation and Secretary of the District 88 Board of Education, Willowbrook Principal Dr. Daniel KRAUSE, and Addison Trail Principal Mr. Michael Bolden. The foundations are offering 3 outings coming up in March and invite everyone to attend and join those events. This time, I'd like to just discuss what the Pi Foundation is and what they do, and then move to the District 88 Foundation and who we are and what we do. So Donna, I'll turn it over to you.
Great. The Pi Foundation is the acronym for the Partnership for Inspired Education. It's a 501c3 charitable organization that serves public school students in not only District 88, Addison School District 4, School District 45, and Salt Creek School District 48. It was founded in 2009, and Pi is designed to be a foundation that supports a long-term partnership with the community, businesses, schools, and most importantly, the children served. The District 88 Foundation is one of the subgroups of the Pi Foundation, and I'll turn that over to Sharon to explain what the District 88 Foundation does.
Thank you. The funds raised for those foundations have been supported by District 88 students through initiatives such as providing computers and internet access, subsidizing advanced placement, college level tests, and offering mini grants for staff to develop instructional opportunities for students. The District 88 Foundation has offered mini grants since 2013-14 school year, and more than $33,000 has been awarded for the initiatives such as a rain garden, sensory enhancements for special education classrooms, Kindles to enhance student learning, and more. Every year teachers give us grant ideas. We have a committee that judges them, and then we decide if we are able to give them a $500 mini grant.
Thank you. I know Sharon just mentioned some of the projects. How about you? Any other projects that stick out in your mind that the foundation helped support in your buildings?
Yeah, the foundation's been a great support for teachers that especially are starting something new and just getting up off the ground, or maybe funds that they had not thought of previously once the school year had started. So one of the ones I think about is the certification testing that we've done now in a variety of different programs that the foundation has paid for the first or second year of students to participate in. Therefore, our students leave with credentials that are certified outside of our building in areas like automotive and other areas of career and technical education. So there's been a tremendous support for us directly for our students in their programs.
Yeah, I think of at Addison Trail, the foundation has helped provide mini grant scholarships to some of our students in our special programs to have additional experiences outside of the school day, field trips and experiences that help to build their confidence and go beyond what is taught in a classroom. And those experiences, those students will hold for a lifetime, and they're only possible through the grants and supports that the foundation has made, and it's really having an impact on the teachers as well as the students in the program. So we're very thankful for that opportunity.
Excellent. Well, we've got a busy month ahead of us. Sharon, you want to talk about the March 2nd event, the 3-on-3?
Yes, on March 2nd, we will be having the 3-on-3 Dennis Doyle basketball tournament. It is for grades, I think, 7th and 8th grade on up into the adult division 19 and over. You can go on to the District 88 website. There is a link there for you to sign up and register for the event. It starts at 8:30 in the morning, and games don't start till about 9:30. We just have everyone who hasn't signed up online, we have an open registration that day, that morning.
So the people who want to register can go to our website, www.dupage88.net/basketball and register online, or show up the day of the event. You can register there also?
Yes.
Right.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, Donna, how about the March 10th? The Pi Foundation's got a big event coming up also. You want to talk about that?
Yes, on March 10th is the major Pi Foundation fundraiser, which is it's a dinner theater auction, a fundraiser, and the play this year is Mamma Mia. So it should be a really fun event. It's March 10th at 2 o'clock. It starts with seeing the play first, and then followed by the dinner and the auction. It's at Drury Lane Theater, which is at 100 Drury Lane in Oak Brook Terrace. And again, the tickets can be purchased on the DUPAGE88.net/Pi Fundraiser 2019 website. The tickets are $100 a piece. Well worth it. It's a wonderful community event. This one is not only District 88, but District 4, District 48, and District 45 also participate. And it's a great opportunity for us to celebrate public education and to raise money to support each of the districts and the different opportunities that they offer for their students. And if you're not able to attend but would like to support otherwise, you can make donations through the Pi Foundation website, or we're always looking for those silent auction items. And we can never have too many. So.
And if you have a silent auction item, you can drop it off at the district office, call any of the building principals, yourselves.
Yes.
You know, so we're wide open. So bring the silent auction items to us. We also have one more event. Actually, now it morphed into 3 more events. We have a Chicago Blackhawks fundraiser where you can go to our website and connect to the Blackhawks logo. We've got a March 24th event where it's a game day experience, and it just filled up. And what it is for the ticket price, you get 2 hours of ice skating in the new rink. You get locker room and training facility tour. You get buffet dinner, an autographed puck, and then a game ticket. And because they've run out, they've now added 2 more dates, March 11th and April 1st. And the pregame event is from 5 to 7. The same things take place, and it's a reduced ticket price because it's on they're on Monday nights. But this is a great opportunity to just go on the website, click the link, and then a small amount of the proceeds will go to District 88 Foundation. So that's excellent. So yeah, we really appreciate it. I mean, this is all volunteer, and what you do and the dollars you raise go right to our students. And it's just such a great piece of who we are, where our teachers every year, they look forward to submitting these grants, and they get to do things for our students. So on behalf of District 88 and the kids, thank you for what you do. We'll be right back to share information about events and drills we recently hosted to improve safety and security at our buildings, as well as 2 grants to assist with funding in this area. Welcome back. With me now are Addison Police Department Director of Police, Bill Hayden, Villa Park Police Department Chief of Police, Mike Lay, Willowbrook Principal, Dr. Daniel KRAUSE, and Addison Trail Principal, Mr. Michael Bolden. They're here today to discuss District 88 and how we work with our local police departments to continue to work together and partner and work together to ensure our schools are as safe as possible. Why don't we talk about, we had a special event last spring after the Parkland situation in Florida. Why don't you talk about, Dan, to lead us off here?
What we worked on with the students, because after the Parkland shooting, there was a national response from high school students, especially, that talked a lot about wanting to walk out in demonstration of and make their voice heard for school safety and making sure that all of our environments were positive, safe for everyone. And in conversations with our students and with you, Dr. Helton, and our police departments, we talked about how to have a more proactive voice, something that would bring the students to the level of conversation that they were really seeking, which was with our legislators, which was with the school leaders, which was with the police departments, and to talk about the realities of these types of situations that occur, and what what they could be doing in a proactive sense with their classmates, with our own staff. And from that emerged the idea of a forum. And during that forum, we had 28 high schools from the DuPage County and Chicagoland area that attended, local legislators and police officers, and worked collaboratively to talk at the building levels of the proactive approaches they could have for each of their schools. But then at the end, probably the most powerful moment was when each school was able to present their plan and their plan of action to the legislators and to the police departments that they would commit to in taking back to the schools. And then the legislators came up and the police officers had a panel where the students were able to ask very direct questions about school safety and the relationships and the importance of how coming to school every single day and feeling safe and secure in a positive environment was what they needed.
Chief Lay, from a law enforcement perspective, your thoughts on that day?
I thought it was amazing to see all these different students from many different schools collaborating together and the ideas that they came up with. And a couple of the big takes that I took out of it was they want to be heard and they want to know what's going on, they want information, and they want to be involved. They know that the police departments do these active drills all the time. However, very infrequently, if at all, they're not involved. They came to that event saying that we want to be involved in these. We want to participate and get the realization out of it as much as we can.
Yeah, and it was an amazing day. I mean, we appreciate too behind the scenes Peg Agnos from LEND, our legislative network, and DuPage helped us out. Senator Cullerton was there. Representatives Conroy and Willis were there, and our law enforcement. We had representative leadership from Addison, leadership from Villa Park. Our mayors were there, our village presidents, and for that, the kids to see that presence on stage, we're in a great place. I want to take us to the next level. Then we followed up in April, and we had a tabletop exercise. For our law enforcement leaders, tabletops, you want to explain to the public, if they don't know, what is a tabletop exercise?
Tabletop exercise. Essentially, it's a mock disaster exercise designed to bring a lot of participants together and talk about solutions or ways that we can address it. And we had, at that recent exercise back in April, we had about 60 different participants, I believe. Again, law enforcement, fire, schools, some government officials, as well as a lot of students.
Yes.
Now, that was the first time that we ever invited students to our tabletop exercise. And I really believe that was the one huge benefit, for all of us as public safety to realize that, hey, you know what, these kids know a lot more what's going on in school than we did. And in fact, some of the kids identified those weak points that we weren't even aware of at the time, and went back the next day, discovered them, and immediately closed that weak point. So, and getting back to the other issue, I think we've been ahead of these issues. Even before Parkland, we were ahead of them. District 88, Villa Park Police Department, Addison Police Department, our fire departments, our government officials, we've been proactive even before Parkland. Going back as far as Columbine, we started working together with our plans to bring everything together. And I think we're a model out there. I really do think we're a model nationwide.
I'll echo that because I think our students participating validated that. They were blown away with the amount of partnership that they didn't know existed. So they had commented that behind the scenes, they know all of these conversations had been had already for their benefit, but once they got to the table, I think was when they really saw the power of all the agencies working together and how frequently we do that. And now they're coming back to our table on a regular basis in the building saying, we want to be more involved in this process. We'd like to be more. So it's now umbrellaed into not just school safety, but now they're looking at behavior, they're looking at school culture, they're looking at what happens in the classroom with instruction. They want to be involved in the planning and the processing in all, and what an empowering moment for them as they're living their school days, but also at the same time they're having an opportunity now to have a voice and to be at the table at the planning. Only means that they're going to be sitting around this table eventually, right? And having these kinds of conversations, right?
And it's amazing because you're right. If you think about the early 2000s, I started in the district in 2001, and annually we're either doing some kind of tabletop or we're doing some kind of full-scale drill, whether it's in Villa Park or it's in Addison. Both schools are engaged. You guys have helped bring us into the 21st century when it comes to how do we work in an incident command environment. All of our administrators are trained in incident command, the NIMS training. So I think all that is part of what you guys have given us. We really appreciate it.
Well, we actually work as one. And I'll be honest with you, District 88 has brought Villa Park and Addison closer together.
Yes.
Your policies are consistent district-wide, which helped us work together, helps our liaisons work together, our command staff. So really District 88 has been just equally as good for us as we have been for you, and we definitely appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate it. We evolved from that March incident into the April tabletop. Came a discussion in our district that the older protocols that we were using needed to be modified. We
Yes.
were a lockdown, hide-in-place kind of environment at both schools, and we had to, and the state is still there, but we need to evolve into kind of a run, hide, fight, or an Alice environment. So you want to kind of talk about that evolution or what that looks like in law enforcement, and why the movement to the run, hide, fight, Alice piece.
Well, the whole history behind it started with, of course, Columbine, and it was, hey, lock in place, stay out of sight, and then at that time, law enforcement was supposed to gather up together and then go in as a team. And without going through the entire history, now law enforcement will respond, either the individual or a couple individuals who arrive, but they will be responding to those gunshots as they hear them immediately without waiting for anyone to respond. And in addition to that, we thought it would be a good idea to empower the teachers, empower the students to make decisions for themselves. So instead of just hiding and locking down, because you've seen now a lot of terrorists realize that, student terrorists realize that, and they start shooting through the doors, through the windows, and those bullets can bounce all over the place. So now we're empowering those students, empowering those teachers to make better decisions. Run if you can. If there's an escape hatch, run and take it and leave. If you can't, then hide in place. And lastly, if all else fails, you outnumber the terrorist. Attack. Attack. There may be a fatality, but you may save a lot of lives. So we believe in the LS model.
And in speaking with our liaison at Willowbrook, they did the training with the students, and he said there was nothing but positive feedback from the students on that. And that's going back to, again, the safety forum, where they wanted to be involved in this training, so it's more realistic for them.
Right.
And it takes it further than the school and the classroom. It takes it into the public environment. It takes it to a shopping center, a church.
Right. Right.
You can use that protocol anywhere. So,
I know just through the training, and both your departments committed to training our leadership teams and then working with our full staff and our students, and just as being part of that training. When you walk into a theater now, you're looking at the exits, you're looking at, as a civilian, you're looking at all these because of the training. And probably the most touching part of that whole piece was watching the library video from Columbine, or listening to the audio and looking at the fact that they were close to an exit, and had they just, if they were using this protocol, many lives would be saved.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate the fact that law enforcement is continuously evolving, and they're working with schools to get better, and we really appreciate your support on this. Principals, your thoughts?
Their professionalism in that training to help us make it as realistic, and while it's a training and we're educating our staff, was critical for the success of that. And so in that event, during our training, they were there to guide us, to answer questions, to support, and really build the confidence so that the staff could see, here's our old procedures, and they experience what that feels like. And then we try our new procedures, and to see, this makes sense, this is my natural reaction. And then the support of all the members of your departments that helped us and prepared us for that, made it really a great experience for our staff. And then when we did it with our students, the same thing. So we can't thank you guys enough for partnering and really guiding our staff through this change of practice.
And really the ownership, as you mentioned already, about the students and how much they've participated, and our staff, because the questions continue to come now about different situations and scenarios that occur either in our buildings, or they've seen in the community, or they've heard about throughout the world, and now they're asking themselves, how would we respond? How would we perhaps address these types of situations? But I think the work of our students in helping to continue to communicate how important it is that if they know of any situation that might be emerging, to inform an adult really has changed the conversation quite a bit, because they took the ownership to help train their peers, and they really emphasized that conversation about the importance of relationships in the building and the importance of making sure that we keep each other safe. We're not just responsible for ourselves, we're responsible for all of us. And I think that really began last spring. Our partnership has been over so many years, but involving the students now has really taken it to a whole new level for us.
You touched on an issue. See something, say
Absolutely.
something. Right now, see something, say something.
Absolutely.
Just do it.
Right.
Protect everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it was interesting because as we finished the year, we took our students then to Springfield to teach them how to advocate then and work with the same legislators that came to our building. We went down and they got to say thank you. They gave them a picture of their work at the forum. They also got to promote the whole idea of keep schools safe. Just keep working with us. Allow us to do what we're doing. So it's been really, really powerful. And I'd be remiss if I didn't. I'm in education, so I always talk in acronyms like NCLB or ESSA. ALICE stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate. So it's just protocols.
Thank you. I
So
could not remember
I did that, but I always talk like that. So.
But that alert piece in the midst of a situation, how vital that is. And really our students and our staff understand that now, and alerting the entire building, so that if you do have the opportunity to evacuate, to do that immediately, especially if you're nowhere near where the situation is occurring.
Actually, in Addison, and I'm not sure about Villa Park, Mike, but in Addison, we start teaching that at the elementary level. So it's all the way on up.
Yeah, so it's. I know in 45 they're doing the same thing. In 48.
48 as well.
And then we just got a federal grant through working with the Addison Police and with Villa Park in our buildings. In District 4, we now have Blue Point software coming in through a federal grant. So we appreciate your leadership on that. And it's going to be just like we have fire alarms. We will now have blue alarm systems that look, and strobe lights that look just like the fire, red and red, which would alert us that there's an intruder in our buildings, and takes us into our ALICE protocol. So that was huge. And then our county just wrote a grant for instead of the hardware side, our ROE got a grant to work on things like restorative justice, restorative circles, mental health first aid, kind of the trauma-informed schools network, working on the mental health side of school safety. So now we've got the hardware, we've got our training, and now we're going to work with our staff and create trainers within our buildings to work on things like mental health first aid, how to handle kids in crisis, how to identify students who have had trauma in their lives. So all of this together will help us as we get better to serve our students and keep them safe. So kind of around the table, we got a short time left. Any further comments, Bob?
Yeah, I think all of these grants and the work that we're doing, from our procedures to what the county's doing, really is to prepare and protect the whole student, the whole community, the whole staff member, and not just looking at one thing, whether it's hardware, software, but really meeting the needs of all of the students and staff members in our buildings. And so our leadership, and the more we dialogue, I think the safer and the better opportunities we'll provide our students.
And just a thank you for the partnership. We talk all the time about the resources that are provided in both directions, but I think also the relationships that we've built over the years, and the ability to contact one another at any time if we have questions or there's a situation that's occurring. Because I think the see something, say something is also appropriate for all of us, because I know a situation can occur in the community or in the school, and vice versa. So we want to make sure that we keep each other informed to help maintain the safety of everyone.
Yeah, again, in discussing with my SRO, Detective Giamarino, that's down at Willowbrook, he explained that some different things that he's been doing down there as far as different groups that they meet with on a regular basis with staff and students to discuss some of the safety issues or other things that they want to talk about that can help enhance the safety of Willowbrook. And I think that's a great avenue to explore and continue moving forward as well.
My only comment is District 88 is humble. All three of you guys are very humble because I happen to know you're doing a lot more than what we talked about here right now. I happen to know you're doing a lot on the state level, and you talk to a lot of different people and you bring a lot of things to the table. And cooperatively, Mike and I have talked about it quite a bit. We appreciate what you do to help us too, and we love this cooperation. It's been a good partnership.
Absolutely.
Public and our students are in good position right now.
Yep.
You know, and I say it, and we had a chance to present this fall in front of our peers, and we are very lucky that our buildings are located where they're located. We have the opportunity to work with police departments in Villa Park and Addison. We are so lucky. So thank you for your leadership, and we'll continue to keep kids safe and secure as we move on. As you can see at District 88, we're always striving to provide and maintain a safe and supportive, high-quality learning environment in which our students can succeed and grow. Thank you for joining us, and be sure to tune in again during our next segment of the State of District 88, which will air right here on ACTV. To stay up to date with all the great things happening in District 88, visit our website at www.dupage88.net, where you can sign up for our electronic newsletter and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you.